Hi, in today's video, we discuss a situation where you're completely overworked and feel as if you're losing control of your projects. We'll get into how you can attain the help you desperately need. Before beginning, I wanted to inform you of my Time Management for Project Managers course. You'll learn methods to help you better manage your time and workload as a project manager. Please find the link in the description below, and let's get started on today's topic. So firstly, we have to be honest with ourselves and answer the question, are we really overworked? And take an honest inventory of the time spent at the workplace during the day. Have you been socializing a lot? Do you procrastinate? Are you stuck in meetings all day? And are some of them unavoidable, or are some of them avoidable? And do you devote too much time to one particular task? And are you easily distracted? Any one of these can elongate the time you spend on a particular task. It could be a situation where you're not necessarily overworked, but you're spending too much time on a particular task to get it done. And you have to kind of pinpoint why it's taking you so long to get a task completed and identify what the obstacles are. And those obstacles could be one of these, where it's more personality in nature rather than the task being difficult. So be honest with yourself and try to identify really what's going on with you not completing your tasks on time, and you're going to have to need to manage those particular obstacles. And one thing I found to notice that helped me out is, like, you can journal for that particular day and just see where your time goes. And it doesn't have to be a very descriptive journal, just something where you bullet a journal, and you can split your days into three fragments, like morning, lunch, and afternoon, and you can just kind of mention what you worked on. Try to identify what were the obstacles that made that task so long to complete. And then the other thing is that when you are feeling overworked, this could come from the situation where you just have lots of work coming in, like all these tasks that are not prioritized. So one thing that can help you out there is, if you prioritize the tasks, try not to complete everything in one day. Try to prioritize the high critical task and set expectations with the people who are waiting for your tasks. If you really can't get it done today, tell them that you'll be able to get it done tomorrow, first thing. But if you're really not able to get it done today, don't start promising people that you can get, in fact, done today. Another thing here is that you may have lots of meetings, but it could be like a lot of meetings that you're just going to for 5 hours at a time, let's say. Another thing could be disorganization, where you don't prioritize your tasks, or your email inbox is just really disorganized. So disorganization could be one of the contributing factors as to why you're feeling overworked. Another item here is that your teammates are asking for too many things. What happens here is that throughout the day, your teammates are approaching you either in person or on email, and you don't necessarily have to stop every single time. You're going to have to speak up or refuse them and say, hey, you know what, I can get back to you a little bit later on that. Another thing is, if your manager is asking for too many things, it's just stuff coming left and right, and you don't know what to work on first. You're in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden your manager is making you work on something else. You're just starting to lose it at this point, where what do you work on? So we'll get into solutioning that in a moment. And then you could be caught up on tasks that don't add much value. Of course, you have like the major tasks as a project manager, where, especially if you're in an escalation situation, you have to get that done as soon as possible. But there could be some other tasks where they're not as highly visible or as priority as some of your other tasks. So there's a lot of that enters your day, and it also feels you feeling overworked here. So then the first step here is to take action, not necessarily speaking to your manager yet, but seeing if your own personal action in alleviating these issues will resolve the issue. So what you might want to do is, for example, manage meetings better. You want to have clear agendas. You want to note the decisions made, and don't try to transcribe the meeting because you're just going to drive yourself crazy. The critical thing is noting the decisions made and noting down the clear action items for your teammates. Now, if this is project status meetings, you don't want to be walking away with action items for project tasks owned by your team. So, for example, if your software development team is accountable for finishing a task and they need to communicate with a support team as to a technical issue, they need to be doing that. They cannot be telling you something to the effect of, oh, we need you to communicate with this person. Give them the technical contact that they can work with. And from there, that development team, as well as the contact, can work together to solve that issue. You shouldn't be walking out of status meetings with a bunch of action items. The resource who's accountable for that action item needs to be the one to communicate what they need. And if they need to communicate with support teams, they have to do so and not dump everything on you. So you have to really control this here, because otherwise you're going to drive yourself crazy. Another thing here is that you have to empower people to hold meetings in their time zones. This is especially true if you're dealing with teams in India or the United States. See a resource that you can empower to manage, let's say, for example, a very deep technical meeting, and they can get back to you with email or some sort of status as to how the meeting went. And with you establishing the expectation for that meeting, that'll help them run the call and they can get back to you. It's not like you have to wake up at 5 in the morning now to attend calls in India. You should be empowering your teammates to do that. Now, one thing I want to clarify here is not to delegate accountability. Of course, as a project manager, you're totally accountable, but you want to empower your teammates so that they can get back to you with the status and you're not driving yourself crazy here. Another thing that I found helpful is definitely organize your email inbox. You want to immediately eliminate emails with no actions for you. And if you need to reference emails in regards to information, especially when you're gathering your status reports, try to create subfolders in your email inbox. What this will do is that it'll really help you to organize your emails, and you can easily locate an email that you're looking for that you were previously having a lot of difficulty finding before. So organizing your inbox is definitely a good idea to take action on getting more organized. And then of course, the last step here is to ask your manager for help. If you've tried to do this on your own, to try to solve these issues, or you try to identify what's been holding you back and that doesn't work, definitely reach out to your manager. And the thing is, they may ask you if you took the previous steps that we just mentioned, because a lot of times what they'll do is that they're willing to help, but they may recommend first that you took the steps that we previously discussed there. So it's a good idea to at least perform the steps we discussed previously. So in that way, you're kind of limited on options and maybe your manager can help. And you need to mention to your manager what aspects of your job you feel you need help with. You don't want to offload your entire list of responsibilities, but you want to identify the duties that are really giving you problems. Any tasks that are giving you tasks that are delaying you from getting back to the project resources in time, or like in a timely manner. So you want to communicate this with your manager and get a plan there. And then be honest, that you're overworked. It's okay to be honest with this. You want to establish the fact that you are indeed overworked. Not that you're just passing off your work to other people, because this can actually cause resentment if a lot of your work is offboarded to someone else unnecessarily. And then later on it's discovered that, oh, by the way, you weren't that busy, you can take this back. So if a lot of that happens, that resource that it was delegated to originally, they may take exception to that. So just be very honest about your overworked situation and pinpoint exactly the items that you're overworked on and work with your manager to alleviate this. The other thing here is that your manager will understand. It happens to them also, and everybody at one point becomes very overworked and needs help. So the manager will always, one of the main things that they should be tracking is the resources that they manage. And if the situation involves resources that are overworked, they have to watch for that. So you being overworked is not going to be something new for them. That's one of their responsibilities, ensuring that their resources are not overworked or over allocated on stuff. And that's where you come in, to be honest there. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and please remember to subscribe. Also, please visit my website to gain access to free project management templates and discounts to online project management courses. All information is in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching.